Ever seen errors like connection refused, timeouts, service unreachable, and immediately blamed Kubernetes? Most of us do the same. But in real production incidents, the problem is usually much lower. It's Linux networking. The good news is Linux networking is actually simple. At the core, Linux only cares about 4 things: IP addresses, interfaces, routes, and the ports. If you can debug these 4, you can debug anything in the cloud, Kubernetes cluster, VMs, and even on-prem. In this video, I will walk you through all 4, and if you stay till the end, I will show you real packets using tcpdump, so you can literally see traffic moving. So let's get started. So before typing real networking commands, let me explain how Linux thinks. Linux does not think in terms of Kubernetes, pods, services, or ingress. Linux only understands 4 things, that is interfaces, IP addresses, routes, and ports. Everything else is built on top of this. So in this video, we will follow this exact order. So let's start with the first building block, that is interfaces. Think of an interface like a doorway. If traffic needs to enter or leave a system, it has to go through a doorway. To see all the doorways the Linux kernel currently knows about, we can use this command, that is IP link. So IP space link. So you will see a lot of interfaces in this particular system. This command is about observation only, not about the action. So we can see all the information about the different interfaces in this particular Linux system. You will always see one interface that is LO. That's the loopback interface, the system talking to itself. And you will also see something called ENS4, ETH0, ENS3 or similar. That's your primary network interface. It can be physical on a server, virtual on a VM or a cloud instance. So right now I'm using a GCP instance. The interface is from the GCP cloud. Later when we look at the Kubernetes, you will notice many more interfaces. So if you scroll down, so these are the interfaces are from the Kubernetes side, because I am using a Rancher Kubernetes, and the Rancher Kubernetes is using Flannel and the Calico both, that is kernel. So that's why you are seeing a lot of interfaces coming from that particular Kubernetes cluster. So everything is normal, nothing changed in respect to the Linux networking. They are still the doorways. An interface alone is useless. A doorway needs an address. So let's give this doorway an identity. That identity is the IP address. So to check the IP addresses attached to the interfaces, we can use a IP-addr command. So that is IP space addr. If you see here, there are lots of interfaces coming. This is the same output, but with the more information here. So if we go up, so this is a loopback interface, and there is an IP address for that. That is a local host IP. There is one more interface, that is ENS4, and we have an IP address attached to that particular interface. That is something very important. The IP address is always attached to an interface. There is no floating IP in Linux. You will also see a suffix like /32, /24. That just defines which addresses are considered local. So we are not doing subnet math today. Just recognize what we are looking at. So at this point, Linux knows 2 things. I have a doorway and I know my address as well. The next question Linux asks simple is, where should I send the traffic? This is the most important concept in the Linux networking, because every packet decision depends on this. So to check the routing table, we have a command for that, that is IP space route. IP space route. So this output matters here. So what you are looking at is the routing table. Linux follows this table strictly. Focus on the line that starts with the default. So this line tells Linux exactly one thing. If the destination IP is not local, send the packet to this gateway using the interface. This is why most real-world networking issues come from the routing. Things like missing default route, wrong gateway, or wrong interface. When Linux sends a packet, it asks one simple question. Is the destination IP local? If yes, send it directly. If no, send it to the default gateway. And this rule never changes. Not for containers, not for Kubernetes, and not for pods as well. So the packet knows where to go. But the next question is, who should receive it? That is your application. Support belongs to an applications, not the network. Linux can deliver traffic only if an application is listening. So to see which applications are listening on which port, we use this command, that is ss-tlun. And if I hit enter, now this output shows us who is actually listening on this machine. Every line here is an application waiting for traffic on a specific IP address and the port number. So focus on only 2 things here, the local address and the port number. And when you see listen here, it means application is ready to receive a traffic. And when you see 127.0.0.1, it means the service is local only, not reachable from the outside. And when you see 0.0.0, or star here, that means the service is listening on all the interfaces. So for example, the port number 22 is listening, that is SSH service. And ports like 6443, 10250 and 2379 belongs to a Kubernetes components, and Linux doesn't care what the service is. It only cares that something is listening, and if the traffic reaches the right IP and the port, Linux delivers it. If nothing is listening, you get connection refused error. So now Linux knows everything it needs: interfaces, IP addresses, routes, and the ports. So let's test this understanding. So first we check the basic connectivity, not the application. So for that we can have a command that verifies that the packet can reach the destination and come back. That is a ping command. And if we want to check the connectivity to some IP address or the host name, so we can type it here. So I'm connecting with the 8.8.8.8. So it confirms the network path works, nothing more. But DevOps engineer care about application, not just connectivity. So to send an actual application level request, so we can use a curl command. So if I type curl https http bin.org/get. So using that we can check the connectivity to that particular application. If ping works but curl fails, the network is fine, but the application is broken. So curl are used basically to check the connectivity of the application or how the application is working. Now one more layer sits quietly in between, that is name resolution. So before Linux talk to DNS, it check one local file, and this file allows static name to IP mapping, and that file is /etc host. So if I cat that file etc hosts, so Linux always check this file first, then the DNS. So in Kubernetes, entries are injected here for pods and services. So the name resolution happened before the DNS. So far everything we have done is still logical and high level. Now let's look at what's actually happening on the wire. Sometimes logs lie, but packets never lie. So to check the packets, we have a utility in the Linux that is a tcpdump. So tcpdump listens directly on the network interface. So if the traffic exists, you will see it. If it doesn't, nothing shows up. So for teaching purpose, we will generate a traffic ourselves. So I'm using a tcpdump command here. So I'm using a tcpdump -i ens4. That is the interface, and I'm looking for ICMP protocol. So here I'm listening on the interface and filtering only the ICMP to keep the output readable. And let me duplicate the session as well. And I want to simulate how the traffic shows using the tcpdump. Let me clear the screen. And here let me run the ping on the same IP address. So here the traffic is going through the ICMP protocol because ping is using that. And if I hit enter here, the tcpdump is not there, so let me install it very quickly. tcpdump. So the tcpdump got installed successfully, and here I am generating a real network traffic as well. So if I come back, let me clear out the screen and run the same command again. So each line you see here is a real packet. So this is the timestamp when the packet was seen, and this is my source IP address. This is the destination IP address, and ICMP echo request, that is the packet is going out, and right after that we have an echo reply coming back, that is coming from the 8.8.8, so to which we send a request and we are getting a reply back from it. So we can clearly see the request sent and reply received. And notice something important here. There is no Kubernetes here, no services, no pods, and no ingress. Just packets moving between IP addresses. This is why tcpdump is such a powerful tool. It shows what is actually happening, not what tools think is happening. So when an application fails, logs can be misleading, but packets doesn't lie. If the traffic exists, you will see it. If it doesn't, you will not able to see anything here. This is how DevOps engineers debug real production issues at the lowest possible level. So now we have seen how Linux networking really works, from interfaces to IP addresses to routing to ports, and finally to real packet on the wire. Everything you see in DevOps, containers, Kubernetes, services on the top of this only. If you understand these layers, networking stops being mysterious, and when something breaks, you know exactly where to look for. So let's wrap this up. Linux networking becomes simple if you remember these 4 things: interfaces, IP addresses, routes, and ports. If you can debug these 4 layers, you can stop guessing during incident and actually see where the traffic is breaking. In the next video, we will focus on networking tools you will use in the real outages like traceroute, wget, curl, dig, etc. If you found this helpful, hit like, share it with your friends and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.